Hey guys, I'm Melchi and welcome back to my channel. French writer Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said, "Perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away." It is a peculiar truth about those of us who are on the journey to achieving success. We almost always focus on what we need to add to our lives. We look for new strategies we need to learn, and we look to build on the foundation we already have. But what if we instead focused first on what could be taken away from what we're doing now? Well, that is indeed the very first practical step of becoming a multiplier. It is asking yourself the question, what are all of the things that I can just eliminate? If we multiply our time by spending time on things today that will create more time tomorrow, then there isn't a faster way to create more margin tomorrow than by spending our time today just wiping out, deleting, or removing some of the things that we would be doing tomorrow. Just think for a moment about all of the stuff that you're doing that you don't need to be doing. And the real power here is that you're looking for things that you can just stop doing. No explanation, no warning, no ramp down time, no apology. What are the things that you can just stop? Once you try on a multiplier's perspective and you start thinking about where you have a chance to eliminate, you might realize that sometimes we engage in completing trivial tasks just to satisfy our need to feel accomplishment. Those are the first sets of activities that we can just get rid of. As a multiplier, you're focused on the results, not the tasks. Success is no longer related to the volume of tasks you complete, but rather the significance of them. As Peter Drucker once said, "There's nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all." What are all the things that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing? Media. Did you know that according to the Washington Post and CNN, American teens spend an average of more than 7 hours per day on screen media for entertainment? A new report finds, and that doesn't include time spent using screens for school and homework. But then, the same person comes to school with an image that there is too much to do and not enough time to do it. Gossip. The number of hours we teenagers spend on talking about others is so high. We think it's fun to chat or make comments on others and things. Dave Ramsey's definition of gossip is complaining or talking badly about anything to anyone who can't directly do something about it. Eliminate it from your day. Over-volunteering. Over-volunteering is a deceptive form of priority dilution. It appeals to both our need to feel important and our emotion to make a contribution. Yet, it pulls away from our already existing and typically stacked pile of significant priorities. Whom are you surrounded by? Be honest. You probably know some people whose behavior is appalling. They are a complete drain on your resources. They are unfavorable. You cringe at the mere mention of their name. Stop putting up with them. Don't tell them or explain why. Simply stop talking to them. If at all possible, avoid hanging out with or relating to people who drive you insane. You can continue to love them, but only love them and leave them. It's not worth it. Is change necessary? Many times we try to change everything just to make it new, such as trying a new calendar app, developing a new routine, or reorganizing our study area. Every change you make requires more time spent implementing that change, which we always underestimate. Ask yourself, does it multiply my time? If the answer is no, and things are going well, keep doing what you're doing. Switching tasks. We don't realize how much time we waste switching between activities. Even if you're switching between two significant tasks at precisely the right time, you will still lose time. Consider the following scenario. You have two subjects of homework to complete. You begin working on math, and then halfway through, you realize it is taking way too long, longer than you expected. So you tell yourself, I'll switch to social studies and then I'll come back to math. So once you go to social studies, you realize that math could have been completed sooner and faster. And you say, okay, I'll let social studies wait for now. So then you go back to math. You are unaware that you're wasting time by switching tasks. It takes time to mentally disengage from one thing, then mentally and/or physically move to something else, and then re-engage. Even if the time between is small, it's a few microseconds only, it still takes time. Transitioning between tasks is one of the most common ways we waste time. If the only reason you're doing something is because you feel guilty about not doing it, then don't do it. If the only reason you're doing something is because you have a fear of what you might miss out, don't do it. If the only reason you're doing something is because you feel obligated just because someone asked you to do it, don't do it. Delete it, eliminate it, eradicate it, get rid of it. Bye for now, and see you next week.